What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot Laddering. So we are back today, ending out the week of Gen 7 Mons, playing Dusk Mane Necrozma. This is a team that Hannah sent to me from Yoko, who is by far one of the best players in Singapore right now. She has top cut, I believe, both women's tours, including the second one with this team. So really excited to actually see how this works, because I've heard it's a very good team, but a very interesting and difficult team to play. So the understanding is that you try to pick up early KOs with your Dynamax, followed by trying to go for either Perish Song on the Lapras or like setting up an endgame with Ferrothorn. So really interested to see how this works. Obviously, we can be intimidated on the Necrozma, but we make up for that by having access to Swords Dance here. Past that, we have Trick Room, we have good Mons. This is a pretty standard, well, I don't want to say standard. This is a pretty hard Trick Room in all actuality. Having access to like Lapras, Ferrothorn, and Tyranitar, all as slow threats that really can put on a ton of pressure. Togekiss is not something we've actually played with since Series 5, I think. It's been a very long time since we've seen Togekiss on the show, so let's just get down to it and get into game number 1. I know, from my understanding, Yoko is one of those players that is a big fan of playing Mons that you like. So I'm interested to hear, what is your favorite Pokemon that you are currently trying to make work in the format? If I had to guess myself, obviously I love Blaziken, but I think it has a very hard time in a restricted format being able to output the amount of damage that we need to be able to deal with these bigger threats, such as this Calyrex Shadow on the other side. So this is really interesting because they have access to Torkoal, which is a huge threat not only to Ferrothorn. Well, actually, I guess it's, yeah, Necrozma and Ferrothorn are both pretty threatened by this Torkoal. And Sableye is kind of super annoying here. So I think our play, I'm just going to lead Necrozma plus Togekiss. Try to get up a Trick Room. And from there, I think I like Lapras. I think I really like Ensign. I think these are the 4 I like. I'm not a big fan of bringing Ferrothorn for the Sun matchup. We could also bring Tyranitar to change the weather. I don't hate that over Ensign. Yeah, this also means that we're not going to trigger Defiant on the Thundurus if that is something they bring here. So I think this is correct. I think the big thing we need to worry about here is taking out the Sableye before we try to set up a Trick Room. Otherwise, they're just going to quash our threats, and that's not really where I want to be. Alright, opponent, what do we have as a lead here? Sableye, Venusaur. Okay. Wonder if this is just like Fake Out plus Sleep Powder. I think we need to appropriately double into the Sableye here to try to get rid of it. Yeah, this is fine. This is whatever. We do see the Sleep Powder going into Togekiss. That's completely fine by me. So what was their play to stop Trick Room going up? what is their answer to me just setting Trick Room? I think our play, we can... I'm going to go for the follow me, see if we can get the turn on wake up. And we'll go for an Earthquake here. Just ignore the, Hey, we do get the wake up. Good job, Togekiss. Proud of you. We're going to see that Sunny Day get fired off. I'm going to see the Weather Ball, something that a lot of Venusaurs seem to be carrying here lately. Not going to do a ton, but Earthquake should be enough to pick up the KO on the Venusaur now. There we go. One threat down. And the question is what do they have here to back it up? They do have their Shadow Rider, which is kind of fine. Kind of not a big deal. What if we go for Yawn onto it? Honestly, I think the play here is to protect and just fire off a Max Quake. I'm going to go into the stabilize spot because I would rather take it out. But if they, for some reason, ally switch, then we're just getting real good damage in on the Calyrex. And we know that this Calyrex is not, we know it's not Life Orb because it was on the Venusaur. So there's a very good chance that this is Focus Sash. Gonna fire off that Protect. We're gonna see an Encore into this, the Togekiss. Astral Barrage is going to trigger our Policy, which is great. Because now that means we're going to go to +1 special defense and take out a Sableye. I feel like we're in an okay position so far. I think my play this turn is to switch Tyranitar in so we can get Sand going, which will then break the sash on the Calyrex. They have Charizard as their last. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting to switch into Tyranitar here. And we are just going to fire off a Max Quake into that Calyrex. It's really going to damper the damage output on the Charizard this morning. We do see the Dynamax, presumably Charizard. This could be Cali. Nope, it is in fact the Charizard. That's completely fine by me. We don't have anything that can hit this super effectively on the field. Oh, no, we just brought in Tyranitar. What am I talking about? Sunny Day Calyrex. Not something I actually anticipated. Good play, opponent. We're going to see that Wildfire into Necrozma, but we're +1 special defense. We take that like a champ. So what's really unfortunate about this is we're not going to be able to pick up the KO on the Calyrex because they are Sash, and we really wanted Sand to be able to pick that up, but unfortunately not here. So I think our play now I think we max guard with Necrozma and we just go for a Rock Slide. Need Tyranitar to not get targeted down this turn. You can see that Astral Barrage fired off. Not doing a whole lot there. Wildfire is going to go into Tyranitar. It's also not enough to pick up a KO. Chardy on... Holy cow, that does so much damage. That just does so much damage. We might lose both here. For sure, Tyranitar. Not entirely sure about Necrozma. I think Necrozma is still too high. Yep, we're good there. We are good. So now we can bring in... Honestly, I think it's correct to bring in Lapras here. And I'm going to click Perish Song this turn, I think. And then we will go for a Sunsteel. We'll go for a Trick Room. There is a very slim chance we get this off, but they might actually target down the Lapras. Which, if so, that would be best case scenario. Yeah, this is completely fine. So we're going to lose Necrozma, but that's fine. Because we have put them in inevitability for this endgame now. We're going to bring back out Togekiss. And I think this turn we're going to go for like Hydro Pump plus Follow Me. They could have... We'll just go for Hydro Pump plus the old Razzle Dazzle. Just get some good chip damage in on this. They can't protect. We do connect the Hydro Pump. It's going to be decent damage here. Yeah, it's enough to pick up the KO. Cool. It's not quite the Perish Song endgame we expect to see, but nonetheless, pretty solid game there. A lot of things I didn't really expect. I wasn't expecting Encore on the Sableye. Really was not expecting Sunny Day on the Calyrex. It's something I did not know it had access to, but really good piece of tech there. An opponent played that really well in all actuality. Well done there, opponent. GG's. So let's just get in to one more. We've got Kyogre, Whimsicott, T-Tar, Excadrill, Eliki, and Zapdos. How do they stop Necrozma? I guess their Necrozma answer is just T-Tar, Excadrill. So I think our play here... Lapras kind of bodies both halves of their team. The only thing we lose to then is like, we don't like Gyarados. We don't like Eliki. I really don't want to bring Incin for them to lead Gyarados. So what if we do Togekiss Lapras up front here with Necrozma and Ferrothorn in the end game. Ferrothorn lines up really well against basically everything they have going on. Necrozma just kind of sits in front of everything, especially once we take care of Excadrill and T-Tar. Mainly Excadrill is the one we're worried about, just because that thing can hit so hard. Probably going to see Focus Sash on the Excadrill. This might be trick shenanigans with, or switcheroo shenanigans with the Whimsicott. If that's the case. Eliki Zapdos. Okay. Really glad we didn't read, we didn't lead the... Man, I really want to attack here. I really don't want to lose Togekiss yet. I think it's really important to get strains up. And I think I'm going to go for a Protect on the Togekiss. I think they anticipate the Follow Me, so they're going to fire off like Electro Web. If they Dynamax the Gyarados, I feel really good, because that means we don't have to play around their Dynamax in the late game, whereas we are going to be very offensive here. Yeah, this is great. Hopefully this is Gyarados and not Eliki. If it's Eliki, I think we're in a really bad position. Okay. I feel okay with that. Like, we're not going to one-shot it here, but we're going to get really good damage in on it. We're going to set up screens. And this is going to give us really good information as to what the Eliki wants to do here. I don't think a double up KOs Lapras here. We are battle armor, so we can't be crit. Protect goes off from the Togekiss. We're going to see a Volt Switch into the Togekiss. That's really good. Airstream. And the Lapras going to honestly do more than I anticipated, but that's fine. That's completely fine. Because now we're going to get Resonance off. And we are safe. So I think if they're going to go for Volt Switch into Togekiss, that tells me that they are Choice Specs. So what do they have here in the back? This could be Kyogre in the back. So I think we just go for a Geyser into Zapdos, pick up the KO there. And I'm actually going to hard switch into the Ferrothorn, anticipating the Kyogre switch. And by okay, so we're not going to by bringing out Ferrothorn, we're actually not anticipating the Kyogre switch. We're wanting them to get pressured into not bringing Kyogre out. I think is the big thing there, because Ferrothorn just walls both of their Mons. Then honestly, Ferrothorn looks very good here in the end game. If we can keep this thing healthy, I feel very good about our position. They're going to get the Volt Switch off. That tells me their Choice Specs, which is really good information to pick up. And they are going to, in fact, bring out the Kyogre. That's great, because now our Max Geyser should be enough to pick up a KO on the Gyarados here. I'm just going to see another Airstream into the Lapras. Take that like a champ. I hope this is enough. Rain boosted stab. Nope, not quite. They are a very bulky Zapdos. But we are going to get some lefties recovery. So now I anticipate a Max Knuckle into the Ferrothorn. So I am just going to go into who? This is really interesting. I think it's really important to get a Leech Seed up, but I don't think we are in the position to be able to take out the Zapdos. So I think our play is to bring in Togekiss here and try to take out the Zapdos before Ferrothorn gets hit. So we are going to see that Max Knuckle into Togekiss. That's great. Approximately 0 damage taken. So that means we are going to get to pick up the KO on the Zapdos this turn. So this is really scary because now they have a very fast Kyogre on the field. And unfortunately we're not Water Absorb. If we were Water Absorb here, I'd feel in a really good position. We probably bring back out Eliki. Yep, there's the Eliki. So then this turn, I'm going to switch Lapras into Ferrothorn. And we're going to go for a Protect on the Togekiss. Probably going to see Water Spout plus Thunder would make a lot of sense here. There's the Thunder. Oh, just double Thunder. They do get the Para, which is really unfortunate. But, like, not the end of the world. So now I'm going to go for a Leech Seed into the Kyogre. Do we let Togekiss go down? Honestly, I don't see anything here that lets Togekiss actually put on offensive pressure. I'm kind of fine with losing. We'll go for a Yawn into the Kyogre. But I think there's a very good chance we lose Togekiss this turn. And I'm kind of fine with that. Okay, that's into Ferrothorn. I see a Water Spout. That did more to Ferrothorn than I would have liked. But we get the Yawn off. And we're paralyzed. That's unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate. So then this turn, we can Protect. And actually, I think there's a very good chance they switch Kyogre out, so I'm going to seed whatever comes. Actually, no. I'm going to Body Press the Eliki slot. And I'm going to Protect the Togekiss. If they are going to withdraw the Kyogre, they do have Excadrill as their last. Okay. Thunder into the Ferrothorn. Come on, buddy. You got this. Yeah, you got this. You're fine. This is unfortunate because now they're going to get to play with Rain a little bit longer. So here, we'll go for the Protect this turn on the Ferrothorn, try to get some more recovery, and we'll fire off a Dazzling Gleam. I think the Focus Sash is here on the Excadrill. So getting to break the potential Focus Sash is really good. We're going to see an Electro Web. They're not Choice Specs. Holy cow. They are not Choice Specs. So that means they're Magnet. Okay, we pick up the Eliki, which is really good for us. They're going to bring back out Kyogre. How do we play this end game? How do we play this end game? I think we switch into... We go into Lapras. And protect. We need to really get some damage in on this Kyogre, but it's just not working out right now. High horsepower into the Lapras, that's fine. Because now we get a free switch into the... Oh, their Life Orb. Oh, their Life Orb. That's really good. And unfortunately now Aurora Veil's gone. I don't think Necrozma can take a double up, actually. So here I'm going to go for the Leech Seed into Kyogre. And I think it's finally time to click Follow Me. High horsepower in me, please. Okay, that's really good. Water Spout is going to take Togekiss out. Please don't take out Ferrothorn. Nope. Okay. Unfortunately, I think that is going to be GG. Because I don't think Necrozma can take the double up here. So having Ferrothorn come in early and start taking excess damage against the Kyogre was really unfortunate for us, because that means, like, getting that para I think really mattered, because had we connected the Leech Seed that one turn, I think we're in a really winning position. But I don't think we live a double up here, especially from a full HP Kyogre. Yeah, just look how much that does. Holy cow. That's through Prism Armor. That would have one-shot us had we not had Prism Armor. Missed the water spout? No. Okay. GG's. GG's opponent. I don't know what else we could have done there. Like, Tyranitar doesn't look good on paper against... I don't think Tyranitar or Ensign were particularly good into this matchup. I think we Dynamaxed way too early and way too aggressively. But at the same time... Well, I think we really need to get screens up there. So maybe the play was to not Dynamax on 1 and just double protect. And then Dynamax on 2, so then we have an extra turn of our Dynamax compared to them. I'm not entirely sure, but we get a mirror match. Well, we get a redo here. Kyogre, Whimsicott. This time they have Feeny, Ensign. I'm sorry, Feeny, Lando, Cinderace, and Zapdos. So I think this is a very hard, let's set up Trick Room kind of game, because they do not have a Trick Room answer. I think Tyranitar. Actually, I think Lapras. I think it's the same for just a different order and a different priority this time. I think setting up a... If we can set up a Trick Room this game, I think we're in a very, very good position. It might have been correct to actually bring Ensign over Togekiss, because then if they lead Kyogre, we can go for Fake Out on 1. We can go Fake Out plus Trick Room, because then we're not taking a Water Spout to the face. We're going to see Feeny, Whimsicott as a lead here. I'm fine with this, I think. Misty Surge means there's no statuses going around, so that's really good. Which is kind of annoying because now we can't yawn, but I think this is just a fine position. Just go for that Follow Me. And we go for that Trick Room. Whimsicott is going to protect. Don't really care about that. This could just be Calm Mind. Trick Feeney. Today I learned that Feeney gets access to Trick. I'm just gonna continue to click follow me. Like, full instance doesn't matter here. And we'll set up a Swords Dance here. Why not? And see the taunt come out into the Whimsicott, into the Togekiss, I'm sorry. That's fine. We're gonna get our Swords Dance up. Sure, thank you for my Babiri. And now we can just Dazzle. We can go for the Steel Spike into the Feeney. Pretty sure a double up here is going to be enough, especially from a +2 Necrozma. Like, they have just spent their entire game here doing nothing in our first 2 turns, and instead we set up Necrozma. And because they have the full instance back, it means they're moving last regardless of their speed. They're going to taunt my Necrozma, but I don't really care at this point. Bye, Feeney. Bye, my dude. We get the defense boost. If I could talk today, that would be fantastic. But, man. Defense boost all around. We're going to get the Razzle Dazzle off. Casually doing 50% to a Whimsicott. No big deal. Honestly, no. It's really not any big deal. Like, we literally just needed to break a Focus Sash there. That's good enough for me, Togekiss. You did your job, buddy. They're going to bring out Lando, but we don't really care. We're at +1. Like, if they max quick us, that's even better. Yeah, we'll pick up the KO here on the Whimsicott. We'll go to +2 defense. And then the old Razzle Dazzle will do some decent chip onto the Landorus. Yep, opponent concurs, this game is over. They did nothing the first 3 turns. And instead we did everything we needed to. So, honestly, pretty good showing for day 1. Pretty satisfied with this team so far. I am interested in hearing down in the comments section your thoughts and answering that comment of the day. What's your favorite Mon that's not getting to see play right now, or more importantly, hasn't seen play in a while? Honestly, like I said, I really love Blaziken. Another one that's really fallen off from early seasons, and by early I mean Series 6, is PZ. Those who have been listening to the podcast know that I love me a good PZ. So that's going to be it for today, everyone. I'm going to throw up that rental code one more time here at the end on our way out, just so you all can have that. If you're interested in playing this team, highly recommend it. Highly recommend you go and follow Yoko on Twitter as well. We'll have that down in the show notes as always. And that is going to be it, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Peace.